What's up everybody, BG Wizard back for another video. Today it's Shadow Priest and Wrath of the Lich King Classic. We're going to take a look at the best PvE Shadow Priest spec as well as the best PvP Shadow Priest spec. So I believe the top rated Shadow Priest on the server, pretty close to the top rated player for Horde on our server. So this is just an educated guess for we'll start with the arena spec, and then also I've been topping damage in raids as well, so we'll also go into my PvE spec. Maybe this can help some people if you're new Shadow Priest, or maybe you're already a Shadow Priest and you're doing well, but you want to compare specs. Hopefully this video can help some people out. So let's take a look at the PvP. So for PvP, they say 5% hit. However, I actually recommend like 6% plus because Blood Elves and Sub Rogues have like an extra percent hit to miss, or like 2%. So if you only have 5% hit, you will miss like Paladin, Blood Elf Pallies sometimes, and sometimes you'll miss Rogues, even though you think you're hit capped. So I recommend having 6% hit in PvP. Okay, so let's start with the PvP spec. So we're going to take the 10% increased damage from Darkness here. We're going to take Shadow Affinity. The reason we want this is because it's going to give us 15% of our mana whenever our dots get dispelled. We're going to take improved Shadow Repain damage. We're going to take this, which is our extra 3% hit from Shadow Focus here, and also reduces the cost of our Shadow spells, pretty big. Alright, so then we're going to take Improved Fear, Improved Psychic Scream. We're actually going to skip. So this one's debatable. You can play around with the specs, but this is what I've been recommended. So this is how I've gotten all of my PvP rating, and also I was recommended this spec by another really high rated Shadow Priest who is, 2k 2100 CR right now in Wrath, pretty good. And he doesn't run the Mind Blast either. So that's I was running the Mind Blast, and once my friend told me what he was playing, I actually switched out of the Mind Blast. So you can take it. I get it. It has a 20% Mortal Strike reduced healings, which is very good, but I'm not running it, and neither is my friend. All right, we take Mind Flay. So the reason we take the improved Fade here is you can get out of snares with Fade. So it's a shorter cooldown on that. You can get out of a snare every 24 seconds. But also for the Shadow Fiend. It's for the Shadow Fiend, reducing your ability by 2 minutes. Shadow Fiend is like your best kill window. Whenever you have Shadow Fiend up, you have the best chance to kill somebody. And also it gives you your mana back, which is big in Arena as well. Alright, Shadow Weaving. So we're just 100% on this. We're 3 out of 3. Yep. So next we're going to take Silence. Take 1 Vampiric Embrace. I do not take the improved one, excuse me. 2 into Improved Mind Blast. Or sorry, Focus Mind. Focus Mind. Reduce the mana cost of Mind Blast, rather. So then we're going to take Mind Melt. We're going to take Improved Devouring Plague. All 3. We're going to go Shadow Form. 1 of 1. We're actually only 2 into Shadow Power, okay? 2 into Shadow Power. I know this seems weird, but this is one, like when I was queuing with my healer, my good friend, he's been healing me for years. We pushed together. And he was like, dude, when we were like having a rough time one night, he's like, you gotta put 5 in Shadow Power. Like, what are you doing, man? And sure enough, like, the more we played this spec with only 2, just to get all the other, because obviously we're putting our points elsewhere, so we can't take the 5 out of 5. But when I did play this spec, we did do better. It seems weird to not have 5, but it is worth it. Okay, so next we're going to do Improved Shadow Form. Of course, this gives your Fade 100% chance to remove all the snares, which is huge. So you can get out of Improved Hamstrings, Chains of Ice, all that kind of stuff. Land of Fear, Yep, Improved Shadow Form, and then also the casting time reduced while taking damage. Huge. All right, Misery. So Misery is good. Another 3% hit. And also increases the benefit from spell power for Mind Blast, Mind Flay, and Mind Seer. All right, so Psychic Horror. That's a stun. Vampiric Touch. Pain and Suffering, 3 out of 3. This one's good. You just Mind Flay and it refreshes your Shadow Word Pain, which is huge. Saves you a global. And also the reduced damage from death is huge as well. Okay, Twist of Fate, 5 of 5, and Disperse, 5 of 5. Okay, so that we have 51 points in Shadow, which means we still have 20 more points to spend. We're gonna take 5 into the Reduced Stun, Fear, Silence, 3 Improved Inner Fire, 3 Silent Resolve, which is 30% chance that your dots will not be dispelled, and also your buffs. Meditation, 3 out of 3, 50% increased mana regen, Inner Focus, and lastly, 2 out of 2 into Absolution. This one's huge, 10% reduced mana cost on your Dispel Magic, Cure Disease, Abolish Disease, Master Spell. So I spam Dispel Magic for like half of every game, so this talent is huge. Mental Agility, also huge, especially, spamming that Dispel Magic, instant cast spells reduced by 10%. So huge. That is the PvP spec I recommend. I hope it helps you guys. We're not done. We got glyphs still. We got glyphs. Glyph of Dispersion, Glyph of Scourge Imprisonment, Glyph of Inner Fire. That's how we round out the PvP spec. I also take reduced mana cost of Fade because that helps. In Arena, that's like the only minor glyph that, you save a bit of mana, I guess. Levitate, no reagent, and then Glyph of Fortitude also. Okay, so that is the PvP spec. That's what we're running in arenas. Let's go ahead and switch to PvE. Okay, so starting out with PvP, this is the PvE Shadow spec. So PvE Shadow, we're actually going to switch to, we're going to take 5 out of 5 in the increased damage for your instant spells. Still taking that improved Inner Fire. We are taking 2 out of 2 improved Powered Fortitude. And then we're going to take Inner Focus and Meditation for increased mana regen. And this is it for the Discipline talents for the PvE spec. Okay, now switching over to the Shadow Tree for PvE. Improved Spirit Tap, 5 out of 5. Darkness, 5 out of 5. Actually only 1 into this reduced threat, right? Our stuff's not really getting dispelled in PvE. I only went 1 into this. Reduce your threat by 8% for Shadow. 2 out of 2 improve Pain. 3 out of 3 Shadow Focus. 5 out of 5 improved Mind Blast. We're not taking Fear. Taking Mind Flay. We're not taking the Fade ability here. We're taking the Shadow Reach. Shadow Weaving, 3 out of 3. Vampiric Embrace. Improved Vampiric Embrace. And 3 out of 3 in Focus Mind. Of course, note we are not taking the Fear or the Silence ability for PvE. Okay, next we're going to take Mind Melt, 2 out of 2. 3 out of 3 improved Devouring Plague. 1 out of 1 Shadow Form. 5 out of 5 Shadow Power. No need for the improved Shadow Form. We're going to go 3 out of 3 Misery. 3 out of 3 Pain and Suffering. Vampiric Touch. 5 out of 5 Twisted Fate. And 1 out of 1 Dispersion. Okay, that's all the talents for this. The last thing to show you guys is the glyphs for PvE. Shadow Word Death. Glyph of Shadow. Glyph of Mind Flay. Okay, and this minor ones are the same. Fort, Levitate, Fading. But yeah, the main ones, Glyph of Mind Flay, Glyph of Shadow or Death, Glyph of Shadow. I hope this helped you guys. That is my best PvP spec, my best PvE spec. I've been doing pretty well. Mind you, my server's pretty small, so I don't really have much competition or much options to choose for teammates. But all in all, considering the environment that is around me, I think I'm doing pretty well in the Shadow Priest class, and I'm having a lot of fun. So I hope you guys can have some fun. Maybe you can make some improvements by using these specs, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment below. Peace out.